Today on CityCast Austin, it's the Friday News Roundup. The crew is back together to bring you the big headlines in our city this week. And y'all, it is a lot. We're going to get into some news about students going back to school, how Travis County is recovering from the July 4th floods, and of course, the latest on redistricting. And we're getting into our weekend, of course. It's Friday, August 22nd. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin's talking about. Hello, I am here with the incomparable Kelsey Bradshaw, best newsletter editor in town. What's up, Kelsey?
Hello, hello. I'm so glad we're all back together.
Yay. And we are here with our exceptional executive producer, Eva Ruth Moravec. What's up, Eva Ruth?
Hello, hello.
We are back together.
It's going to be a silly one.
It's silly on the week that we have the most serious news happening.
I know.
Too.
We have to bring lightness. So, first of all, congratulations to all y'all parents. You made it. School is back. Everybody's back in session, and we are feeling the sudden shift. There's traffic now. I am not okay with it. It feels like summer is coming to an end, and the grind is back. But that means we got lots of news as far as school is concerned. Kelsey, bring me up to speed, because you know I ain't been here.
So I happen to love back to school season. Like, I'm a big summer girl, but there's something even as an adult where I'm like, school's back in session. Like, it's kind of like New Year's Eve. Like, I'm like, a fresh start is upon us kind of thing. And so I am really into
so
like
optimistic.
all of the,
She wants to get school supplies. This is what it's all
news.
about.
God, I love school supplies. I like went and bought glue sticks the other day for like $1, and I was like, yes.
Oh, I will say that. I do agree with you. I do love school supplies. Yeah. I do be in there as if I'm going to class so I can get those deals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, can someone please give me a required list of school supplies? Because
yes,
I need
please. Yes.
But okay, school started like on Tuesday, and we're already seeing a ton of news stories and a ton of commentary about this. So there's a new state law that kids can't have their cell phones out at school. And like, there's been a lot of back and forth about this. I've seen conversations about this from people not even in Texas, just talking about like, cell phones in school are a relatively new thing. And like lots of principals had already banned them already. Now it's statewide. And like, I don't know. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
I have one quick hot take, which I know that they've planned for this, but like, it makes me think of, because I'm a crazy fatalist recovering crime reporter.
Okay, I know exactly where you're going with this.
Do you?
Yeah.
Uvalde.
Yeah.
And like the kids were calling 911 from the school, from their classroom. Like I think each school gets to decide their own policy, or there's some flexibility. But like, yeah, they have to factor in, right? Like you got to be able to get to a phone in case of an emergency, whether it's to call your parents or to call 911 or, God forbid, but like that's reality.
I'm kind of with you, speaking as a person that is not an educator. So I don't know the frustration of having to like, keep kids off of their phones. But it does make me a little nervous with the way things are.
It makes me nervous.
Kids not being able to contact their parents. I come from a generation where somebody had to walk down to the classroom and be like, your mama here.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest one on this podcast. And like, that was also my experience. And even like, who I am today, like I have my phone out all day long. Like I'll do some writing on the newsletter and then like do a crossword puzzle or something, or, like take a quick Instagram break or whatever. And I can't believe I did 8 hours of high school, just nothing. Like I was just there learning.
The other day, I let my cell phone run out of juice and I was like a maniac. I was like, what do I do with my brain? I had a book in my backpack that I did not pick up because I was like, read. Why would I do that? I'll just wait impatiently for my phone.
Yeah. Like I at least, and you at least had half a life without it kind of thing. Like I had a childhood without phones or whatever. Not to sound like a boomer on this podcast, but like.
Welcome, Kelsey.
But like that is really awesome that we got to have that.
Absolutely.
It's got to be, honestly, it has to be impossible to educate children when they have a hand computer in their hands at all times. Feeding them all kinds of information that may or may not be true. We're not even going to start into like Chat GPT. I can't even imagine how they are trying, you know what I mean? Like, how are you contending
You're
with that?
having to compete. And I mean, these apps,
Yeah.
everything, they know how to
Yeah.
keep a kid's attention. That's the whole goal. And then like,
Yeah.
also you level on that, like all the pressures of societal stuff, you know, in high school, like trying to fit in and have friends and like look probably online like you're having the best day every day, no matter what, right? Like, yeah. And bullying. I mean, I think that it does need to be banned. I think the ban probably is needed if we
You
can't just
do,
let schools
really?
do that. Well, unless we can just like let
they're
schools do
allowed to
that.
have their phones on them for what it's worth. They
They
just can't
are.
have
Okay.
them out.
Right.
And I mean, each school does their own thing. You can have your phone on campus, but like if it's out, that's not allowed.
I do remember my nephews saying stuff like that. Like they could take their phones to school, but if a teacher sees it, then it gets taken up, you know?
Yeah.
And
Okay,
that
okay.
makes sense. But like now there's so many ways to, you know, hide things.
Well, and what if they have an Apple Watch? I have a lot of questions
Right.
now.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, for these more questions, tune in to a future episode on education and like how things have changed this school
Okay.
year. So
On it.
more to come.
Well, and one more really big change that just happened this week that I
Yes.
find super exciting because I think this is wild.
Preach.
So there's another new state law that's supposed to go into effect on September 1st that requires schools to place posters of the 10 Commandments from the Bible in Texas public classrooms. Posters were donated, that's part of the deal, but they're supposed to be on display somewhere in the classroom. And there was a lawsuit. It was 11 school districts challenging this law, and those school districts include some from here, like Austin Independent School District, Lake Travis School District, and Dripping Springs School District, challenging this. And it worked. A U.S. district judge in San Antonio, he issued a 55-page order in the school district's lawsuit against the law, ruling that it was
Yes.
unconstitutional and would coerce school children into observing a faith that their family did not agree with. So for now, those 11 school districts, just those school districts, don't have to display the 10 Commandments. And we're going to have to just keep watching it and see what happens.
Y'all,
Yeah.
this makes me irrationally angry.
Yeah.
It really does. And this comes from some person who grew up in the church.
Mhm.
Like,
You knew the 10 Commandments.
I knew the 10 Commandments. I was taught the 10 Commandments. Like, but it was my parents' choice to do that.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot shove your religion down someone else's throat. You cannot shove your values down someone else's throat. You can't do that, especially children.
Mhm.
If it's a religion class
Yeah.
and you're learning about all of it,
That's what I was just about to say. Unless it's a religious studies class, this has no business being in
which
a public
we
None.
should
school.
have religious
None.
classes where you learn about everybody's
Absolutely.
religion. Like, I think that would be a good thing, but that's not what this is at all.
I think that's a brilliant idea. I
Yeah.
want to learn some Hebrew. I want to learn I want to learn Muslim. I want to learn
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
If we're going to display that, we need to display everything. We need to display everything because who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Well, and there's just no argument for this that makes any sense to me. Because, like,
None.
you know, people can say, like, well, it's just up in the classroom. Like, it's not like they're
No.
teaching it. It's not like you have to read it, whatever. But, like, no, that's weird.
It's awkward too. I mean, it's speaking from, right, like being the Jewish kid in the class where everybody's, you know, drawing something for Christmas or making
Right.
something for Easter or whatever. It takes a lot of parental advocacy to be like,
Yes.
actually, no, you know, you have to have an alternative that makes sense to me and my kids.
Yes.
Right.
When you really think about being 9 years old
Yeah,
and
it's a
everyone's
big
doing
deal.
everything without you, it is a huge deal.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
I went to school with a kid that was a Jehovah's Witness. And Jehovah's Witnesses do not celebrate birthdays. And so
Mhm.
we would, every month, we would have a little song. Today is so-and-so's birthday. And it would just list all the kids whose birthday was in that month. This little kid could not be
Ugh.
included in the birthday song or whatever, right?
Aw.
I was like, I mean, maybe 10. And I just remember being so sad for that kid. Just like,
Yeah.
and the teacher had to come up with something. Like, I think they did something just like, let's celebrate Kelsey. And like, if that was her name, and then we all celebrated Kelsey. But it's just, so I say that to say,
That's
like,
nice.
kids pick up on that shit.
Yeah.
Kids, so it's not just the child that's being left out. It's also the kids in the class. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Why aren't we
Right.
being inclusive?
And as much as you remember that, The kid who was off on his own remembers it 5,000%.
This is what I'm saying. My issue with stuff like this is that it honestly just opened the floodgates for other things to be forced upon kids and forced upon our education system and forced upon classrooms. And I'm not into it. Speaking of floodgates, it's been 6 weeks since the catastrophic flooding over the summer, and it actually still feels pretty raw and recent for people that are still dealing with it. But there's also been a lot of developments on the road to recovery. So this week, a new bridge opened up 1 month ahead of schedule. It's the bridge over Cow Creek in northwest Travis County, and it connects Lago Vista to Marble Falls. It had been washed out in the flood, and they got it rebuilt, which is awesome. The Texas Department of Transportation managed the project and got things done quickly. It's like a $4 million contract, and they got $1 million bonus for completing the job early.
Oh, Eva Ruth, $1 million bonus. Take note.
Yeah, look at that.
For next time I finish the newsletter early.
I know.
Oh my God.
So this little bridge, y'all, that was washed away had been built in 1960. And so they got this bridge back up and running. And that's really good. I don't know if you guys have been to Lago Vista or Marble Falls, but it's a small community. And this bridge was an important thoroughfare. In other news, Travis County Commissioner's Court could decide to raise taxes by 9.12% to pay for flood recovery. Yeah, man.
Yikes.
That is a huge number.
They're saying it's just for, because there is a limit of, like, Austin is dealing with this, right? Where we have to have a tax rate election because the percentage of increase is higher than what they're allowed to do, which is like something around like 3.5%. But there's an exception to that where if it's like an emergency situation like this, they're allowed to do it for 1 year. So
that's ridiculous.
High.
But the way residents are fighting back is really fun.
It is. This week, commissioners heard from residents who would rather see Tesla pay for the flood recovery needs because Travis County commissioners are reviewing a 2020 deal for Tesla's Gigafactory for compliance, and it's set to get bigger tax breaks if they invest more in their Gigafactory and therefore, create more jobs. So they asking us to pay 9.12, and they're telling the billionaire, you could use a break.
Mm-hmm.
You need to save some money.
I don't know how I feel about tax breaks for billionaires in general, but this especially makes me like when it comes to flood recovery,
That's what I'm saying.
You're going to make the people who had to actually go through that pay for it instead of, I don't know.
I want to read y'all this quote. Resident Mimi Lynn said of Tesla and its CEO, Elon Musk, Travis County, like the girls say, he's just not that into you. We should ask for more than this freeloading and weaseling. We should ask for more of him. They call him freeloading and weaseling out of doing the bare minimum for this county while we're hosting his very successful enterprise. So we should be asking him for more.
Speak on it, Mimi.
Your boy needs to pay where he lay.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Where is his donation for flood relief? Where is it?
Yeah.
Right. If you're going to be part of this community, be a part of this community. If I can donate $10, you can donate your equivalent, Elon.
This is what I'm saying.
This is a theme here on CityCast Austin. We have been wondering where Elon Musk's philanthropy is and if he's ever going to get into that scene in Austin or just be the richest man in the world
because Austinites care about their neighbors. We saw that more than ever in July. We care about each other. We are a community here.
Yeah.
Well, especially something like this, like an emergency. I mean, we saw so many people open their pocketbooks for people in the Hill Country and even for people here in Austin, Travis County, Williamson County. Like, people have been very generous with the flood, as they should be.
Because they should
be. And, they're not like correlated where it's like either this or that. But I think the protesters are trying to say like, hey, here's a place y'all could get actually some money.
Yeah, instead of asking us.
If you wanted.
It would mean nothing to him. He would make it back in seconds.
If this fool can spend millions of dollars trying to go to space, he can kick over $2 million for flood relief.
Yeah.
Period.
do it, Elon.
Just do it. They have to make this decision by October 1st. I'm sure there are going to be plenty of opportunities, I would hope, for the community to make their opinion known. So keep your eye on it.
Yes.
9.12%.
Yeah.
That is a lot of money. So keep your eye on it. It seems like Texas is always with the shenanigery. They're always doing something that they're not supposed to do. You know what would be super cool is if our friends at the Capitol were concentrating on flood relief instead of locking people into the chambers for not having a chaperone follow them around all the time. Speaking of flood relief.
Yeah, they are finally getting to flood relief. I think a lot of people are going to be watching for that. Like they made a big to-do about camp safety now being the number one priority because the parents of the Camp Mystic girls have been at the Capitol now, which is
good.
So fucking heartbreaking to watch, but it's also so important, I think, for lawmakers to see that. So it was really interesting one day this week while the House was debating the new map, which they passed, the redistricting map. But it was like this, very political. Everybody's making their speeches. And then there was like a hearing happening in the Senate of Camp Mystic parents talking about how they want safety, better safety at camp. The redistricting thing has been ugly. It's been huge.
I'm tired of talking about it.
I am so tired of talking about it, but it's enormous.
It's huge.
This has huge implications, whether the Republicans will be able to hold on to the majority or what will happen in the midterm elections. House Democrats had been out of town on their quorum break. The new special session started last Friday, but House Democrats came back on Monday so they could finally start getting to work. One thing that they did, though, was House Speaker Dustin Burrows said the Democrats who had been on the quorum break, they had to sign a permission slip in order to leave the House. One representative, Fort Worth Representative Nicole Collier, refused to sign it. One other condition of leaving meant that they had to have an escort follow them around by Texas DPS. And yeah, Nicole just said, I'm not going to do that. That's not happening. She said, she did a bunch of interviews and said she was tired of being told what to do by people who were in charge. So she was making her act of civil disobedience in the way that she felt best doing it. She stayed on the House floor until they all came back on Wednesday. And that means she slept on the House floor. She did not leave. She did not change her clothes. There were a couple other Democrats who joined her also, but like that place is bright. They didn't turn off the lights.
And it was really freezing. Cold, right?
Yeah. It's always, real cold in there. But yeah, I mean, she got a lot of coverage. She got a phone call from Vice President Kamala Harris. So I think everybody knew that it was going to inevitably go through. The bill was going to get passed, but it was just the one last way I think that Democrats here were really trying to fight back. And now they're finishing the back and forth, getting the differences all straightened out. The governor's said he's going to sign it, as soon as it hits his desk. We already have politicians coming out and saying that they're going to run in these new districts that are just barely being created.
Oh, Lord.
And then nationally, this is blown up. We have, like in California, Governor Gavin Newsom is working to redistrict California and create more Democrat districts. And there could be other states following that. So it's just this whole big fight over redistricting. I know we're all tired of it, but
it's some bullshit.
Here we are. It's happening in our backyard.
Y'all, I'm so tired of Black women having to come in and do shit that everybody should do. None of them should have left. None of them should have signed it.
She shouldn't have been the only one.
She should not have been the only one. Because what that does is it puts her in this, she is there by herself.
Right.
By herself. Nobody else. It's cute that you came and joined her. That's cute.
Right.
but nobody else.
They all
just
wore
the
matching colors that she wore. Adorable.
Oh, that's so cute. But
Yeah.
once again, a Black woman puts herself on the line and does the thing that her colleagues should also be doing. That's all I'm seeing on my feed. Women that are like, here we go again. Black women coming in, stepping up, doing the thing. Here we go again.
Yeah, that's a really important point. You know, it was also interesting to me, like, because the visuals were so striking. I think from like the first, you know, she shared a picture of herself like trying to lay down as much as she could in these two big leather chairs, you know, at her desk with her mask on
with her
and
bonnet.
her bonnet. And but like what was also interesting to me is that Republicans gave Democrats that time. Like, it is messing with my brain because House Speaker Dustin Burrows could have said, we're going to stay here until we get it done. Make them all come back on Tuesday for a floor session and pass it out of the House that day. But he gave them until Wednesday.
Ample. Yeah.
So it's like, well, you had to know that you were giving them this platform. I mean, there's going to be something that looks bad if you're having DPS escorting all these lawmakers around the state. Like, it was going to be there's an opportunity for.
Did you see Cheryl Cole's post about it? Yeah, she went on a walk around Mueller and her little DPS officer lost her and got upset and then tried to arrest her in front of her constituents on her walk around Mueller. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it just seems so obvious that kind of stuff would happen.
Bad.
It's a show of power.
Exactly.
They want to it's a show of aggressive power.
Was that Dustin Burrows being like, I'm going to give y'all, like, this is like my way of doing something nice for them so that because like, what's in it for him to have all of those images in the negative, you know, like this Cheryl Cole being followed, like.
They have it in the bag. It's just control. It doesn't make sense. Nothing else makes sense. Because now they can be like, Democrats tried everything and we are still successful and victorious.
Well, and there are, you know, I have to say, there are Republicans in the state who are very proud of all of this, you know, who think like they're doing the right thing when it comes to redistricting and the 10 Commandments and, you know,
you're on the wrong side of history.
Prove me wrong.
You're on the wrong side of history. What are they doing next? Is it a law? What's happening?
I mean, it's on its way eventually to Abbott's desk.
And to be clear, Abbott didn't want to do it. He had to be convinced.
Right.
Like Trump had to call him and be like, you have to do this redistricting, please and thank you. It was not going to be on the special session agenda because it's too early. We're mid-decade.
And they say that, you know, there have been other states that have redistricted in between census years, but we haven't done that very much here in Texas. So
bullshit.
It's still out of the norm.
So are Democrats cooked? Is it like,
I mean, in Texas,
I think
the
in
map
Texas
is cooked.
Yeah.
It looks like the one big change for Austin is going to be that Greg Casar and Lloyd Doggett's districts are basically merging. I mean,
Doggett's district stays, Greg's goes down.
So he's basically being drawn out of his district.
Oh, this legitimately makes me want to cry.
Yeah.
So that'll be a big change in Austin. And then the other Republican districts, like Kelsey had a great segment about it in the newsletter this week.
Can they challenge it? Or is this just a done deal?
They will, yes. So as soon as Abbott signs it, there'll be legal challenges, definitely. Like that's what a lot of the speeches were on the House floor, were like setting the groundwork for this legal fight.
Well, that's a total fucking bummer. But you know what's not a bummer? Fun things that are happening this weekend.
That's a total fucking bummer.
I can't.
We'll insert sad trombone noise for that.
Super glad I came back from New England for this.
Yay!
So what y'all doing this weekend?
I'll go first.
Yay!
So I feel like I'm still recovering from a bachelorette party that I went to last weekend.
It looked epic.
It was so much fun. And it's not even that I'm recovering because I'm like super hungover or anything. It's just because it was so much fun and I was doing so much screaming and laughing that I'm still just like so tired.
That's such a good kind of hangover.
Oh, yeah. So I really want to take it easy this weekend, and I really want to go and see the new Naked Gun movie. Have you guys seen that yet?
No, I didn't even know there was a new one
with
out.
Liam Neeson. Yes, I am
and Pamela
so excited.
Anderson.
Yes. Did you see that they might be dating? Did you see they might be dating?
Oh, yeah. They're in love with each other for sure.
They look so cute.
And
They're
he hasn't dated anyone since his wife
he lost
died.
his wife. I know. Y'all, every time I see a photo of them together, I'm like, yes,
and they're
yes,
so like
love,
coy about it. It's really cute.
Yes.
Oh,
Nice.
I love it. But no, it's been getting rave reviews. Like everyone keeps talking about how like you like miss some of the jokes because people are laughing so hard and so loud in the movie.
Nice.
And I just feel like I need to go and laugh after this
good belly laugh.
long-ass news week. So that's what
fun.
I'll be doing.
That's a good one.
Eva Ruth, what you doing?
So on Sunday, my plan is to go to Gambler Days at the Moody Center, where I will be watching cowboys attempt to ride bulls.
Oh.
Yeah, get a little bit of inside Texas fun. But another thing that I'd really like to do this weekend is the AIDS Memorial Quilt. This is on display at the 4th floor gallery at 901 Trinity Street. And there will be 34 blocks of the memorial quilt that represent more than 270 individuals. And that will be on display. It's now until August 24th. So last weekend to check that out.
That quilt looks really cool.
It is. It's a big deal. I mean, it's been all over the country and it's trying to, continue to normalize like an HIV diagnosis and also celebrate people who have passed away, of course, of AIDS. And yeah, just continue to hope for a cure and coincides with our Pride festivities in town as well this weekend.
Austin celebrates its Pride in August. Everybody already knows how I feel about it. It's some bullshit. But there are plenty of things that are happening in the city this weekend. I suggest that when you're looking at things, if you want to go out and about and you want to be a part of Austin's Pride, try to find things that are local and support our local performers that are here all the time. Of course, you always go to Cheer Up Charlie's because Cheer Up Charlie's is just our home venue for things that are, things that you can do. On Saturday, they're having an ATX Trans Pride, and it's going to be like a comedy show, drag, activism, dancing, and it's going to be going from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. There is something happening all weekend starting on Friday called Lestopia, and it is a Black produced event, and it's for all people lovers of the them, the theys, the all, the us, the girls, the gays, everybody. It's called Lestopia. So they're gonna have like a mixer on Friday. They're gonna have a pool party. Just look it up. It's called Lestopia. And it's put on by Les in the Capitol and Yellow Stud and ATX Chocolate. And they've all been doing Black Pride events for years and years and years. If you are like me and you might be deciding that you want to not do Pride, I'm doing a quiet protest of Pride. Meadow Fest 2025 is happening on Saturday, and y'all, this looks fun. It's got Golden Dawn Orchestra, Brownout, Night Drive, Mobley, and more. It's $25, but it starts at 3 p.m. and it goes all day. And y'all, it's raising money for mental health initiatives for performers and musicians. And it's got Carrie Rodriguez, Girl in a Coma.
Oh my gosh,
so,
I want to go.
Yeah, it benefits the Sims Foundation. It's a big deal. It's called Meadow Fest. It's sponsored by KUTX. Also, for those of you that maybe have forgotten, Erykah Badu is playing on Sunday. Just a little reminder. At ACL Live at the Moody Theater. I will probably be at that if I can get my mind together. And then lastly, but not least, Campfire Chris Story Time, Marsha P. Johnson Day. So on Sunday, August 24th, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Vortex, there's going to be Rainbow Connections ATX, who I've talked about before. World famous Bob puts on Rainbow Connections ATX. They do a campfire queer story time, and this time is going to be celebrating and highlighting Marsha P. Johnson. Each guest has about 10 to 15 minutes to share a story through storytelling, and it's going to be all about the incomparable, the wonderful, pay them no mind, Marsha P. Johnson. So that is the things that will be happening this weekend that I may or may not be at.
Nice.
Woo.
I did also get off of vacation, so I might be at home in my drawers. But if I do decide to leave the house, these are the things I'll be doing.
Okay.
And there you have it.
There you have it, people.
Yeah. So this has been our very long Friday News Roundup. Please pay attention to the things that we mentioned, the redistricting, the education stuff, especially that 9.12% thing.
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff in the news, y'all. There's lots of things going on.
Yeah, spend your weekend catching up. Get informed on this stuff.
If you have the bandwidth.
If you have the bandwidth and you can.
Yeah. Head on over to austin.citycast.fm.
Hey,
there
look
it
at
is.
Kelsey doing the work. And speaking of which, you know what? I'm going to ask this favor again because y'all haven't heard from me in a little while, and I have not asked y'all this favor in a while. We are doing our annual listener survey, and it would really help us out if you took it. Now, if you have already taken it, thank you so much, our sweet little baby angels. We appreciate you and we love you. If you have not taken it, do your girl a favor. Go to citycast.fm/survey and take the survey. It's only like 7 minutes long. I timed it. My sister also timed it because she has little sister energy and she had to make sure I wasn't lying. So it does not take long. And when you take the survey, you'll be eligible to win a $250 Visa gift card and also some CityCast Austin swag.
Literally, I want to take the survey. Those are great prizes.
This is what I'm saying. Your girl could use $250.
From Belsey Cradshaw.
Yeah. Chelsea filled this out. Thank you. Use my burner email.
Yes. So go to citycast.fm/survey and take our survey. Eva Ruth, Kelsey, you guys, it feels good to be back in the chair. It feels good to be, spending time with y'all and shooting the shit. Thank you so much for joining me on our Friday News Roundup.
Thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
Yay.
Welcome back to Austin. Enjoy the heat this weekend.
Okay, until next time. That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. Our executive producer is Eva Ruth Morvek. Our producer is Alyssa Castles. And I am your host, Nikki Devon. Our Hey Austin newsletter editors this week are Kelsey Bradshaw and McKenna Harford. Music is by Nelson Valente Aguilar of Como Las Movies, with additional music by All the Kimonos and Madly from Triple Scoop Music via Getty Images. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend? Take the survey with that friend. Rate the show. Leave us a review. And of course, subscribe to our Hey Austin newsletter. We'll be back Monday morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.